The fall season is upon us, together with all the sights, smells, and tastes of this fun time of year. And don't you just love it? That's why today we have a delicious lineup for you as we get in gear to celebrate the holidays. We are at the San Diego Marriott Marquis Marina Hotel, an iconic resort right in the heart of downtown San Diego. I'm Maya Trabulsi. Welcome to Entertainer and Lifestyles Television. Tonight we'll be exploring two of my favorite topics, and probably yours too. That's food and wine. But that's not all. We have everything from health and fitness to an exciting money-saving travel segment for those who hunger for adventure. So take a load off and grab a snack, because we have a feast for the senses that might just fire up your appetite. Today you'll find us sitting quite comfortably in the lap of luxury. We are at the Marriott Marquis Marina, one of San Diego's most distinguished hotels. As exquisite as this hotel is, and so is this beautiful view behind me, we have more than one reason to be here. This hotel is hosting an upcoming event that will bring your taste buds to high alert. The San Diego Bay Wine and Food Festival. This event was started 9 years ago and has developed into a festival that not just San Diegans can enjoy. It's become a destination event and one of the most anticipated events of the entire year. Joining me today is Michelle Metter, who is one of the producers of the San Diego Bay Wine and Food Festival. Hello, Michelle.
Hi.
Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
On this beautiful day.
It's not bad, is it?
With a beautiful backdrop. It's gorgeous. And tell us about this wonderful event that we have coming up. What can we expect this year?
The San Diego Bay Wine and Food Festival is now in its 9th year of production. We're really excited that this is an event that we've been able to grow in San Diego to be one of the largest culinary events that the country has to offer. The event now draws just over 10,000 people into San Diego to experience the week-long festival. We get about 35% of our audience in from outside of the market, so it's definitely a destination foodie event. And this year, everyone who's coming in can expect just a really wonderful week of Epicurean experiences. We kick off on a Sunday, we end on a Sunday, and there are about 30 events that take place during the week with different wine education, culinary classes, wine tasting classes, evening wine tasting dinners. There's so much that's taking place, but everything really culminates to our grand tasting event, and that takes place on the Embarcadero just behind us here.
Yeah.
And we have just over 270 wineries, breweries, and spirits that come out, and over 70 restaurants and gourmet food companies that people get to taste from. It's really just an amazing opportunity for people who love good food and good wine. As
if food and wine, those two words, are not enough to get people to flock this area during that time, there's another reason why people can take part in this, and that's that you're giving back. Tell us a little bit about the scholarship fund that you have going on. We started a program where we donate all the proceeds from our silent and live auctions to an organization called the American Institute of Wine and Food, and also the Chaîne de Restaurateurs. They in turn take those funds and they award culinary and enology scholarships to students and professionals in San Diego who are looking to further their careers. There have been countless people who've gone through the program who've been able to benefit from the fact that our event takes place every year. Yeah, I'd say with both food and wine and contributing to the scholarship fund, you're satisfying just about every taste. Now, as we head into the time of year when many of us attend special events and get our holiday cheer on, it's important to make a commitment to stay in shape, and that's why we're pleased to bring you the Sporting Club San Diego. They've been providing us with a fitness tip every month, and they have one for us now. In fact, here's Chris Machine at the Sporting Club San Diego.
Hi, Chris Machine coming to you here from the Sporting Club at the Aventine. Thank you for joining us for another fitness tip of the week. Today we're going to be talking about eccentric strength training to increase strength. I have Danny with me. He's going to help me out with some of the exercises today. What I want to do is kind of explain the difference between concentric and eccentric muscle activation. Concentric is the contraction of the muscle, so in this instance we're going to be doing a bicep curl, so that would be Danny curling the bicep. You can actually show that. So as he brings the barbell up, this is called a concentric curl, okay? As he comes back down, that's eccentric, or the lengthening of the muscle, okay? Something that's definitely often overlooked in training is tempo. What we're going to focus on today to really activate that eccentric training is focusing on a really slow eccentric tempo. I'm going to call it a 4-0-1. So what Danny's going to do is he's going to take 1 second on the concentric to pull that barbell up, and then he's going to take 4 seconds to lower that barbell. 2, 3, 4, 0 seconds at the bottom, so he comes right back up, and then he's going to go right back down. 2, 3, 4. Good. Go for a few reps here as I talk, okay? Now what I often see in the gym is people just going through bicep curls really fast. They let the barbell come down kind of using gravity. Again, if you want to increase strength in the biceps, the best way to do it is to really control that, especially as you get tired at those last few reps. The best thing you can do for yourself is really take your time lowering it. I would even say it'd be better for you to cheat yourself up and then really control yourself on the way back down. Let's do 2 more reps. You're about 30% stronger eccentrically, so you want to definitely make sure you work that muscle if you want to increase your strength performance. So let's do 1 more. You can definitely start to see that pump in Danny's arm, so the eccentric training is absolutely working. Good, go and put that down. Nice job. So if you want to increase strength and performance in the gym, best way to do it is through eccentric training. You can do it with just about anything. Pull-ups, if you want to get stronger on pull-ups, work on that eccentric lowering. Squatting, nice slow on the way up. And then obviously with the biceps, again, nice slow release on the way back down. Thank you for joining us for another fitness tip of the week, and we'll see you next time.
That fitness tip from Chris Machane over at the Sporting Club is something I'm definitely going to need to remember after the San Diego Bay Food and Wine Festival. And again, I'm here with Michelle, who is going to tell us a little bit more about what to expect this year at some of the events.
The San Diego Bay Wine and Food Festival is back for its 9th year, and we take place the 14th through the 18th of November. We kick off on a Sunday, we end on a Sunday. There's so many different things that people can take part in. With all the different events that are happening throughout the week, everything leads to the grand tasting. And at that particular event, really, it's just a mega opportunity for people to walk around and taste from 70 different restaurants and all the different wine purveyors who are there. There are an endless amount of opportunities to really interface with the boutique wineries that are here at the event, which is a really special thing for wine enthusiasts, because a lot of the wineries that are here, their wines aren't necessarily readily available on the market. So people get to discover a lot of new wines, discover a lot of new restaurants.
New tastes.
New tastes. It's a really wonderful opportunity. We have celebrity chefs that come in from outside the market. We have Chef Suzette Grisham, who's coming in from Aquarella in San Francisco, and her class really, her event actually is pretty special. It's taking place here at the Marina Kitchen, and it's called 8 Decades of Barolo. So it's a tasting for people to be able to taste from 8 decades of Barolo wines, which is really a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And there are actually only 12 seats available at this particular event. And then the following day is our finale, and that's our big Wine Spectator Celebrity Chef Luncheon. We've flown in 6 celebrity chefs from all over the United States to come in and prepare a meal of a lifetime. We also have Chef Bernard Guilles from the Marine Room, and he is also our organizing chef, and he is the one who is going to kick off our meal for us.
And in fact, he's going to kick it off right now, because he's about to give us a little taste of what we can expect. Here's Chef Guilles.
On that special luncheon, this is what I prepared. I went to the farmer's market and really want to showcase what we have to offer in San Diego. Beautiful heirloom carrots, tangerine, crab coming from Baja, which is really delicious and sweet. So this is what I do. I take my carrot and my tangerine, juice it together, reduce it a little bit, and put it in this little container. It is so delicious. You have all your fragrance, your vitamins, and you have your crab right here. Now, for the crab, I toss it, put in a timbal, and put a little bit of couscous on the bottom. Then mold it with a little cream that I make with some freshly harvested watercress, also local. Now, the timbal is over here, and then what I'll do is I'll take a little bit of this juice and very gently pour it into my plate. Voila! You know, as chef, we like to play. So this is our canvas. You have the beautiful white, then you have the juice, then you have your gorgeous crab, and then this line over here is made with beets. It's a beet puree reduced with a little bit of balsamic, white balsamic, so you can really keep the color. Now, our garnish. We have beautiful, beautiful black beluga lentil, which is an heirloom lentil. I'm going to put just a little bit here. Same thing on this side. You know, first thing you do, you eat with your eyes. Now, for garnish, look at these beautiful pearls. Now, those are trout pearls, trout caviar. I'm gonna place this right in the center of it. Voila. Now, you see, I need to bring a little bit of excitement to this dish. So what I did is, this is lemon myrtle oil, and it's blended with extra virgin olive oil from locally harvested as well, from Fallbrook. And then what we'll do is, we put some drizzle on top of it, and the dish is down. So this is what will be showcased at the Big Bottle Luncheon. Come on down and savor the moment. Life is delicious.
And if that's not enough for you to pound down the door here at the Marriott Marquis Marina, then I don't know what is. Joined again by Michelle Metter, who's going to tell us a little bit about how to get involved at the San Diego Food and Wine Festival.
We encourage everybody to go online to our website, sandiegowineclassic.com, and it's really the place where all the information is about the event. Click on the event and tickets page and look at the schedule. There's so much to do and to choose from. You really have to kind of pick and choose your favorite events to attend.
Plan out your route.
Absolutely, yeah, it's a wonderful culinary week.
Michelle, thank you so much for highlighting some of the events that we definitely can't miss at the event. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
As we like to say on Entertainer and Lifestyles Television and Magazine, we are everything San Diego, and the San Diego Bay Wine and Food Festival is one event that you definitely want to check out. And if you're looking for a bold new adventure in a distant or maybe not even so distant land, then stay tuned, because up next we have Pat and Wayne Dunlap, the sensational couple who have found a way to travel on a budget. They are authors of Plan Your Escape, Secrets of Traveling the World for Less Than the Cost of Living at Home. Their passion to help others has led them to share their valuable knowledge on their very own segment on Entertainer and Lifestyles Television. Let's go there now.
Hi, I'm Wayne.
And I'm Pat Dunlap.
Welcome to another episode of Plan Your Escape TV, the travel show where you will learn secrets to travel the world for less than the cost of living at home. The Plan Your Escape TV show has a unique perspective of sharing great travel tips and unique bargain finding strategies, so you will learn how to realize and afford your travel dreams. In our last episode, we showcased the beautiful Greek Isles and shared some essential travel tips.
We're very excited about the show today, and we're going to visit some of our favorite destinations, and we're going to give you valuable travel tips to help you plan your trip.
We also have a wonderful guest for you today, Elaine Masters, who will be sharing tips today how to get to where you're going feeling great. Oh, I'm so excited about talking to Elaine today. But before we do, we want to talk to you about some ways that you can realize your travel dreams.
We live in a great, big, beautiful world, and we're excited to get everyone out to see it, to have that feeling of adventure and freedom. The way we started our own adventure was to create a list. I call it my dream list. Wayne calls it his bucket list, and it's really very exciting to do.
It is exciting to create a travel bucket list. In our upcoming bucket list section, we'll be talking to you about some of our dream locations and how we actually realize them. One of our places on the list was Italy. Italy has it all. Spectacular scenery, great food. Great food, yeah. And interesting people and fabulous history.
One of the items on my dream list was visiting Pisa. We were on a train coming from Paris to Venice when the conductor screamed out Pisa. Well, I turned to Wayne and asked, "Is this the Leaning Tower of Pisa?" He said, "Yes." I grabbed my bags and started running off the train, and luckily he followed me. When we were on the platform, I explained when I was a young girl, on the spaghetti jar, on the label was the Leaning Tower of Pisa. I told my family that someday I'm going to go there, and they all laughed. Well, this was my someday.
You know, on that day, I watched Pat's feet barely touch the ground as she achieved one of her travel dreams. On her trip to Italy, we visited Venice. It's a beautiful city, and it's become one of our favorite cities in the world. Venice has 150 canals, 400 bridges, and no cars. It is the world's only pedestrian city. Just like they did hundreds of years ago, they get around by boats and gondolas.
Venice is such a romantic city. We took a water bus around the Grand Canal, and it was breathtakingly beautiful. But my favorite was the gondola ride. We had this handsome guy in this beautiful striped shirt singing to us as he was taking us down these romantic little canals. It was just wonderful. Now Wayne, he's more of a history buff.
If you're a history buff like I am, you're going to love Venice. Venice controlled the Mediterranean for centuries and gave us this amazing city. The architecture is just beautiful and breathtaking, and it's rich in culture. Just wandering around the streets of Venice is a pure pleasure.
My favorite place in Italy is the Northern Lake District. It's just beautiful. The lakes, the quaint villages, and the beautiful villas.
You know, Lake Como is a very special place. The best travel writers in the world have difficulties describing this place, but let me try. First of all, great food, and one wonderful villa, village, and garden after another to explore. We started our trip by staying in the stunning village of Bellagio. The beautiful Bellagio Hotel in Las Vegas is modeled after this wonderful village.
And here's some great travel advice. We stayed across from Bellagio in the small, quaint village of Menaggio, where it has small little hotels that are less expensive and very family-run restaurants. It's beautiful. There's lots of nightlife, and it's right there on the ferry stop, so you could hop on and continue to see all the other gardens and villas around the lake.
You know, and we love visiting the gardens around Lake Como. The villas and gardens are beautiful and world famous.
Let's take a look at some of the sights. When you're traveling, you definitely want to get to your destination feeling great. It's such a big part of enjoying your traveling.
That is absolutely true. When you're traveling, you want to have fun and not worry about your health. That is why today we brought an expert to the show on the topic of arriving at your destination feeling great. Elaine Masters is a travel writer and yoga instructor, and she's the award-winning author of Drive Time Yoga and Fly Time Yoga. Elaine, welcome to Plan Your Escape.
Welcome.
Hey.
Thank you for having me.
When we were driving through Italy, through the Tuscany area, which is so beautiful, and all the little windy, curvy roads, after a while I started getting really stiff. Is there anything you recommend for that?
Absolutely, and I can just so imagine being there. And I grew up taking road trips. It's something I love to do. And when I moved to San Diego, I was so stressed out by the traffic here that I found I was getting into the car feeling great, but then I'd get to my destination and I was all cranky and stiff. So I had to find out ways to help myself, and I've adapted yoga moves, I've added some physical therapy moves and some breathing techniques to help you relax and feel good when you're behind the wheel or any place you might be sitting for a long time. And one of the biggest places that we hold our tension in is that lower back area. So one thing I love to share with people is secret stretch. You just imagine the tip of your tailbone and stretch it down into your seat. You just sit up and pull it down and then slightly forward. And right away you're starting to open up your lower lumbar region and bring some energy into that area. And then another thing you can do, especially if you have tension in through the shoulders and the neck, which a lot of us do, is to just take your hand when you can and put it to the bottom of your seat and then lean your ear to the opposite direction and pull down with that arm and then over with the other side of your head, and then come back, shake it out a little bit, and then do that on the other side because yoga is about balance. Those two things can help you a lot.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. I'm going to try that.
You know, I know you have some great suggestions for our viewers, how you can go on a long plane ride and still arrive feeling great. Can you share a few?
I'd love to. Surviving that middle seat is a real challenge sometimes, and especially when you're sitting in such a confined space. I don't care how big you are, you're stuck there for hours at a time. So we were designed to keep moving. You have to find ways to bring little moves into your body. You can take your hip region and just bring one hip back while the other hip comes forward, hold it for a few moments and then do that again. And then I always recommend to avoid deep vein thrombosis. There's a whole host of things you can do, but one that's really important is to move your ankles and your feet and your lower legs to bring some blood flow into those areas. There's just a couple of the many suggestions that I have.
Those are good ideas. You know, when you're getting ready for a trip, there's always things that you get nervous about. Is there anything that you can prioritize to the top of your list to make sure you get done?
It's kind of counterintuitive because you have so much you have to do, but taking time out to take care of yourself is really important. And the best thing you can do is get some cardio exercise. Even if it's just taking a brisk walk for 20 minutes, say the 3 or 4 days before you get on your trip, and especially the day that you leave, so that your body's got more energy and oxygen in it and is a little bit more relaxed and better able to handle the stress of traveling. And that and getting some extra sleep, even a nap a couple times, is really a good idea.
You know, I have one more question. Is that, you know, when airlines have cut the options on food just dramatically, how do you fly and still eat healthy? How do you do that?
It is a challenge.
It is.
But again, a little bit of preparation. I love to bring a baggie or two of some things that I prepared at home, and especially having some protein snacks can help you again to handle the stress and to keep you from reaching for some snacks you might regret later. So I put some nuts and raisins, some dried fruit in one baggie. If I have time, I cut up some vegetables, and then I carry those with me. They're easy to get through security. They survive well in your luggage. And also, if you don't have time to get the vegetables, you can sometimes find cut vegetables at Starbucks these days.
That's something we do. We bring our snacks with us. It's really healthy and it's good for us, you know. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. This was really informative.
I really appreciate you joining us here at Plan Your Escape.
It's been so fun. Thank you.
Well, if you want to learn more about Elaine's programs, you can go to her website, tripwellness.com. And I'm sure the tips that Elaine shared with us today will make a big difference in our travelers' experiences, just like the major travel tips that we have coming up next. Next, we have a couple of very helpful and powerful travel tips that will help you plan any trip, not only to help you save time and money, but make things a lot easier for you.
Our first travel tip is online bounce backs. And what this is, if you ever ordered shoes or a camera online and then didn't finish the order, you'll notice a couple of days later that you may have got some discounts trying to get you to reorder that item. Well, that works the same way for travel.
You know, marketing research has showed that less than 1% of the people ever go back to a website once they've left it. So they figure they've lost you. So why not offer a great deal to get you back? And this is how it works. Go to your normal booking websites to do your hotels, flights, and other travel-related items. Put in your times, put in your dates, and make sure you put in your email address. You must opt in to be able to get their communications. Well, then just log off and don't book anything.
We've had some amazing deals doing this. When we were going to New Zealand, we were trying to rent a car, and it was $60 a day. But by using the bounce backs, I waited a few days and we were able to get it for $19 a day. That's tremendous savings. And you can do the same thing on your hotel and airfare. It really works.
And you can save hundreds of dollars by using this tip. Now, internet bounce back offers don't work all the time, and sometimes they take a few days to get to you. But boy, they are worth a shot because of the amazing bargains you can get. Our second major travel tip today is using TripAdvisor. TripAdvisor is a wonderful website that you can make sure you can get the greatest deals on hotels. And this is how it works. When we're booking our hotels, we put two screens up on our computer. One is our booking website and the other one is TripAdvisor. So then we find this great deal on a hotel. But really, is it a great deal? How do you know? Take the name and put it into TripAdvisor, and then start reading the user reviews. Now, I just always caution everyone, because there's always going to be some people who are going to be negative. You can't please everybody. But if you see a lot of negativity, then that may not be the hotel for you. For example, when we stayed in Liechtenstein, we found this gorgeous little hotel right on the river, and we booked it. And gosh, we went out and explored the town, came back, went to sleep, and at midnight, the disco kicked in and played till 3 o'clock. Well, we sure wish we had checked TripAdvisor before doing so.
We should have. It would have told us.
Yes.
We gave you 2 great travel tips today that can be used for small trips or longer vacations.
Well, I'm sure that you can make great use of the travel tips that we have shared with you today, and we encourage you to keep tuning in to future shows. Our show is coming to an end today, and Pat and I would love to thank you for joining us today. And we'd like you to remember, this is a great, big, beautiful world, and there's lovely experiences to be had, and we can help you. Please share your concerns and your questions about travel, and we will be able to answer them in future shows.
Please visit our PlanYourEscapeTV.com website. It shows all the websites that we've talked about today. And if you can give us your comments, we would be happy to answer them. because we love to make your travel dreams come true.
We just have one more last thing to say today.
See you on the road.
And we want to thank Pat and Wayne Dunlap with those money-saving travel tips. Make sure you watch them in our next episode with their next feature. Now, if you need a little inspirational kick for Thanksgiving, we are here at the Marriott Marquis Marina Kitchen, and we are joined by Chef Aaron Schwartz, who's going to give us a little recipe on butternut squash soup. Who doesn't equate Thanksgiving with butternut squash soup?
Not sure who doesn't.
Right.
And it's that time of year. We got that little crisp breeze this morning. And we got some butternut squash locally from Connolly Gardens up in Ramona. I'm going to show you a quick few tips on how to make this soup, and a soup that we'll be serving during Thanksgiving here at the Marina Kitchen.
That sounds great. Let's get started on this.
So first of all, you take your butternut squash, and the key to that is we're going to split it in two like we have here. And we roasted it off skin side up, butter and some salt and pepper underneath. And by putting skin side up, it just helps steam it and keep it nice and keep the color, as you'll see when we finalize the soup. So when that came out, we pureed it, and let's get the soup and make a dish.
Yeah, let's do that. So Chef, how long have you been here at the Marriott?
I have been here at the Marriott just shy of 6 years now. Just shy of a year ago, we closed down this wing and we went through and did a total renovation.
How have these changes helped in the way that you prepare food for your customers?
Well, we're all about keeping it very simple, and this equipment allows us to do simplicity and to keep things seasonal. And it also allows us to do the many different dining venues that we have in this kitchen.
It's extremely efficient. But
Yes.
now talking about this food, we really need to get started on this because I'm getting hungry.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're going to take the piping bag that's full of a cinnamon bourbon chantilly, or fancy name for whipped cream. And we're going to pipe a little rosette inside. So I'll let you have that. We're all about taking comfort food and just making it maybe a little fancier. That's where the modern twist comes in. And then we're going to take the seeds that we took out of the butternut squash. And then the really elegant part of what we do here is we put these little cast iron teapots. You can do it at home. It's just a really cool way of making something simple into fancy.
Yeah.
And we'll just hold the top.
It's very different.
And then we'll just pour right over.
Oh, wow.
And as you pour, the chantilly just starts melting and gives you that nice little design right in the bowl.
It's very impressive. The colors are gorgeous, and
as you see, it just melts away.
Yeah.
And then the best part about it is we have to taste, and then it's just a little slurp is okay.
That's my kind of chef. Mmm. It tastes like dessert.
It does taste like
dessert. It's a savory dessert.
It's a savory dessert. Because you get that bourbon and the whipped cream and the cinnamon, all the things that you think of Thanksgiving.
Delicious. Thank you so much, Chef. Really appreciate it. And while we're going to stay here and enjoy this wonderful dish that we've just prepared in a moment, first we'd like to thank you, our viewers, for tuning in to watch your San Diego show, Entertainer and Lifestyle Television. And we mean that. In fact, please don't hesitate to write to us with suggestions for other topics you'd like to explore. We hope that you found great ways to take full advantage of San Diego this season of delectable delights. I'm Maya Trabolsi, and from everyone here at San Diego Entertainer and Lifestyle Television, thanks for watching and have a happy Thanksgiving.